Welcome. My name is Matthew Stevens, and this is Pedal Echoes, a discussion about what pedals inspired or influenced an artist's creativity for new music. I'm speaking with Bruce Malley from the band Pray for Sound out of Boston, Massachusetts. Welcome to Pedal Echoes.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. How did Pray for Sound get started?
Pray for Sound started because I couldn't find musicians that wanted to play the music I wanted to play. So I decided to just do it myself. And so the first record that Pray for Sound released is literally just me. That's Monophonic. So I did that by myself, and then I ended up sharing it with some friends, one of which was Joe, who plays bass in Pray for Sound now. He and I played in bands in high school together, and he was super into it. And then he showed his friends, who were, the rest of Pray for Sound, and that's how we kind of got the band rolling.
Does the name Pray for Sound bear any significance to you?
It has significance to me, but not necessarily to the rest of the guys. The name Pray for Sound comes from a lyric in a Steven Wilson song. And that resonated with me because I've got some ear problems all through my life. I've had this reoccurring cyst that used to grow on my eardrum. And I had to get a bunch of surgeries. I'm now deaf in my left ear. I also grew up Catholic, but I later became less religious. And that name, Pray for Sound, it showed the desperation and my desire to want to be able to hear in stereo again. I don't necessarily believe in a God, but to do that, to pray for it is, something that shows how much I really wanted, hearing back.
It's almost on like another level of dedication of how much you want something.
Yeah, actually, it was definitely a motivating factor to, I really, really wanted to put out music. This was my way to do that.
The pedals that were used maybe on Everything is Beautiful. And maybe the difference to new ones that were used on Waves.
My board changes pretty regularly. I like to experiment with new pedals and stuff like that. But with that said, I largely keep the types of pedals pretty much the same. I've got two dirts. I've got a delay and a reverb. And then from there, I just kind of spice it up with other pedals for fun. With Everything is Beautiful, let's see, I was using an Ernie Ball volume pedal. They've always been great to us. They hook us up with strings and stuff, so it's nice to use their gear. I've never had any issues with it, so I just stick with that. I've been using that all through all of our albums. So that into a turbo tuner, which is also a very old pedal of mine. I've had that for like 15 years, and it's just, I've gotten used to how that pedal tunes. And it works for me.
What brand is that?
That is Sonic Research. So we have a computer running that outputs a click track to our in-ears, and then it also does our light show and keeps that in sync, and it also sends out MIDI data to our pedal board. So usually when we're playing live, I don't actually have to stomp on anything. The computer kind of does it for me as we're playing. I use a switcher so that, I can turn pedals on and off with MIDI. Before I was using the Disaster Area one, and now I'm using a Boss ES5. I've got 4 pedals that I plug into the switcher. First, I'm using a Electrical Audio Experiments Longsword for all my distortion.
Is that version 3 with the boost switch on there?
Actually, it might be version 4. It has 6 knobs, 2 buttons. So I usually gravitate to like a rat sound. I really like the rat.
Which I think that signal's based off of.
Is it? So I wasn't sure about that. It definitely sounds like it to me. So that's why I gravitated toward it. And I liked the 3-band EQ as opposed to a rat, which has the filter knob, just one knob for all your EQ.
And then the longsword goes to what?
So that goes to a Timmy overdrive. I use it for like a light overdrive and a big volume boost.
And Timmy is into what? Are we exploring delay at that point?
Yeah, so at that point we're going into the delay. So For Everything is Beautiful and for Waves, I used a Strymon timeline. I just recently got a Strymon Volante to replace the timeline, and I'm really happy with that. It has just such a nice tape sound.
I'm not familiar with that. Does that have the MIDI out?
Yes, it does. It has MIDI in and out. I would describe the Volante as an El Cap on steroids. So next up is my reverb. I'm running right now a New Neighbor Wet. Both Everything is Beautiful and Waves, I was running a Chase Bliss Dark World. I just felt like I was really underutilizing it, and the New Neighbor is working for me now. So those 4 pedals, the Longsword, the Timmy, the Volante, and the Wet, are all plugged into the Boss ES5. So from there, my last pedal, I go out of the ES5 and directly into a Chase Bliss Mood. Chase Bliss pedals will write songs for you sometimes. That thing has definitely inspired some weird songs for me. I need my gain stages, I need my delay, and I need my reverb. And for Waves, we were kind of trying to do like a poppy post-rock thing. Sort of leaned into a direction that we thought might be cool, and I think we kind of pulled it off.
Have you found yourself to be more or less productive since everything's been happening since March?
Originally, I was not creative at all. I had like no drive to play guitar whatsoever for like the first 3 months, which was a little disheartening. You know, I felt like I had some more free time, and it would have been a great opportunity to play more. We started working on some new stuff that got me really excited again, and now I'm back in the swing of things. But I am finding myself more productive now as opposed to the beginning of this whole pandemic.
Bruce, what would you say Pray for Sound has coming up?
We had some tours get canceled, so hopefully we reschedule those. We were supposed to be in Europe, we were supposed to go to China, and we were supposed to go to Canada this year. So I'm hoping we can get those going again in 2021. We're always working on new music, but since we don't have shows right now, that's something we've been focusing on.
Thank you for being on Pedal Echoes. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, man. Like I said, I love talking this stuff.
Pray for Sound's album Waves and the accompanying B-sides released this year can be found on all streaming platforms now. To find out more about the band, please visit prayforsound.com. This is Ezra by Pray for Sound. Please subscribe to this channel. It goes a long way.